Alrighty, guys, Wolf Brothers back. We're going to do an official review on this lovely game, Tom Clancy's The Division. I got Big Brother Cy here, probably going to be annoying and yell at me all clip, because that's what he does.
No, I don't do that all the time.
There we go. I also have Chant. He's going to be in and out as he's occupado, doing some stuff and things.
You don't even
Alright,
know what he's doing. You
there he
really don't.
is. Ha! I found him. Alright, so words. Words are fun. Okay, we're just going to go over basic review of our thoughts and impressions at this point in the game. We are both level 30. Have
All
more,
three of us?
probably. I have more than I should have kills in Dark Zone. uh,
Really? Well, look at the EP on Brucey. Woo!
but we've got about 200 some odd hours into this game so far, so I think we have qualified, played enough of the game to where we have it. We are qualified to have an opinion on the game. Yes, that was good,
Hmm.
wasn't it? That was good.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm down. I'm down with that.
All right, Sai, let's start with you. First thoughts and feelings and impressions of the game.
Um. Yeah. It's really not that good. No, I'm totally kidding. It's probably one of the best games that I have ever played. It's definitely one of the best shooters that I've ever played. But that's not my shtick. It's not my hua. Um, the AI in this game is better AI than any AI of any game of any type that I've ever played. They
It's annoyingly so
if you
sometimes.
if you make a mistake, they will absolutely capitalize on it. And so
Stop
because the
dodging my
AI
headshots.
exactly they dodge headshots. They when they I mean they it's like they communicate with each other as well. They do things in
Flank. They
concert.
know when
They
you're
flank.
down. They're coming in for you.
Um, they just, there's we have tried to cheese the AI several times, and it's just not having it. I mean, like any AI, you can occasionally get it, stuck behind a fence in a sewer somewhere, and yeah, I won't mention where or when that happened, but yeah. So, but the AI, for on the most part, it'll test you, especially on challenge mode.
Yeah, challenge modes. That's a. This game is. People say about MMOs all the time, and this game is legit. This game does not start until you hit at least level 30. That's not even counting Dark Zone rank.
Roger that. That's for sure. I concur.
Yeah. All right, Chant. Quick overview of your thoughts and feelings of the game.
It definitely is the most challenging. Visually, it's really gorgeous. Every weapon type has its own way and feel. It really does give you that sensation of shooting something, blowing things up. Getting shot at doesn't always feel like the game is trying to cheat. It really does take into consideration objects blocking paths, lines of fire, that kind of thing.
Mm.
And then overall, from the RPG standpoint, doing this whole getting the next best thing and collecting and min maxing is a lot of fun.
Couldn't say it better myself. Yeah, I think all in all, this game it's a solid shooter, which is always a good thing. It's also somehow managed to be a solid RPG or MMO as well. And like the shooting MMO it's been attempted so many times and epically failed pretty
Like
much every
Defiance.
one. This
Yeah,
game's finally
They
Defiance.
managed to
stand
pull
out
it
in the
off.
open and fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, the cover mechanics in this game is pretty solid.
yeah, and it's very cool. Some of the different things you can do in a battle, and some of the fights, just like you're not you're doing the full on dodging stuff coming. It's gonna come out my monitor and get me. It's getting me.
Oh God.
I'm
Yeah.
going to duck that grenade and headbutt your
Which is
table. It's good times. That
which
never
is a
happened.
perfect time to tell all of the folks out there if this is just a true thing for real. Just because you are ducking under your monitor at your desk playing this game, you will still get hit in the game. There's nothing you can do at your desk other than with the mouse and the keyboard that will keep you from getting hit.
Or the
But
controller.
your neck will get really stiff,
You might end up with a headache from headbutting the desk a few times.
and then at some point you'll realize that you're like creeping one eye over the edge of the desk trying to dodge these bullets. and still getting your ass lit up. So yeah, just go ahead, keep your nice, comfortable posture because what you do in your chair is not going to help your character live. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, thank God this game isn't 3D. My brain would explode.
Dude, if it was 3D, I would have flipped off the balcony and landed in the living room already. Because I swear I've tried to back roll out of this chair 3 or 4
Calling an
times.
ambulance for Psy.
Oh, that's another point that I'd like to bring up this time because it's relevant. All my brothers and sisters that have worn the cloth, you'll love this game more than any game that you've ever played because all those drills and all of those things that they beat into our head now have something fun to do with instead of just sweating your balls off out in the middle of nowhere. So,
And yeah, this is totally different from trying to play like Call of Duty and implement any of those tactics because Call of Duty is just a berserko teenager run around and shoot people, which I'm one of. Just I'm not dogging it, but it's totally different than any of the military training stuff. Like this game, you actually apply that stuff. You can stack up, blitz through a door. Like yeah,
mm-hmm. Lanes of
it's
fire, they close. So because the AI is so good, right? So then you can now use that training because it doesn't do just stupid random stuff. So you have a lane of fire, they stack up and try and break your lane of fire and disrupt it. There, I mean, I'm just kudos to the programmers and the developers of this game because they definitely you can tell it's a game that they developed because they love it, not because they're just trying to turn a buck at a cash shop.
it truly is a great. It's obvious why they spent so long on this game. All right, so that's pretty much PVE in a nutshell. It's off the hook. Try it, you'll love it. Um, I know you, Chant, you haven't gotten into it too much, but we've all spent a good amount of time in the DZ. DZ is a dark zone. It is a no man's land. It is totally wild, wild west PvP zone. The way they set it up is genius. You collect loot from in there, which is typically going to be better than you can easily find outside of the dark zone. And what you do is you carry it around on your back, and you can't actually use it or have it as your own until you get to this spot and you fire a flare, and then you have to sit there for a minute and a half before this little rope drops down for 30 seconds, and you have to be
And
able to
everyone
stand on that
shows up to
rope.
say hi.
You have to be able to stand on that rope still and attach your little backpack thing to this rope for it's right around 3 seconds, which doesn't sound like much. But anybody that's played any kind of capture the flag or anything will realize that can get dangerous real fast. But I gotta give a shout out to community. There are some of the trolleys, but it kind of makes it better. But the overall thing is like it's not immediately somebody shows up and it's guns blazing. Let's go to town. It is wild wild west. You're backing away from them with your gun on them the whole time, but you're not.
Yeah,
You
up to
know,
the rope, back away, pointing guns at each other.
yeah. It's a stare down, and Mexican standoff is a thing. It is totally a thing. But yeah, in the PvP, like the buildings, the entire terrain that you have on this is probably one of the best open world PvP type arrangements I've ever had to deal with. It's great. It's great. There's enough penalty for killing somebody else. There's possibility of getting away from the penalty. The reward is huge, whether you kill them or survive them attacking you. I mean, they keep track of your rogue kills, which is what happens when you kill somebody. You go rogue. I mean, it's just there's enough. Yeah, as I said, there's enough punishment to where people aren't just going to randomly gank you unless they're really, bored.
Yeah, that rank loss when you're rogue is insane.
Yeah, it's rough.
Like what, 2, 3 levels or something?
Nah, it's 3 times how much you lose from a dying to a mob, so it's substantial. It'll hurt too if you're in the process of
I mean,
trying to get to that
anything that
top
kills
rank.
you when you're rogue, you lose it all.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty brutal, but there's also a lot of reward in it because if you see somebody with a full pack there, well, why run around and kill all these really difficult mobs when you could just blap this fool in the face and take his stuff and attach it to the rope he just called? So it gives a lot to people to decide how they want to do it, and I was really impressed with how they did the open world PvP. It's been tried, and there's been some good ones out there, and there's been some not good, so good ones out there. This one's pretty dang good. Yeah, I mean, Sai, I know you've been on the receiving end of some of the worser parts of the environment. What do you have to say on the dark zone?
Oh boy. Man. So Dark Zone, trolls. Yeah. If basically don't go alone, or if you're gonna go alone, make sure that
Be a
you at least
ninja.
have some. Yeah, be a ninja. Make sure you have some training or something, some gear. Um,
Some kind of
make
strats.
You have some kind of strat. Don't just go in there thinking that this is going to be a walk in the park, because it's not at all.
And on top of
And
that, the
don't
Marbs.
don't trust anybody that is not in your team, and even those guys, make sure you keep an eye on them, because they might shoot you in the butt.
Yeah, there's
It's
no
happened.
friendly fire while they're in group, which is great. But it's real easy to leave group and light somebody up, especially if you're talking in the comms like, "Oh, look, I just got 3 golds." Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
Okay, let me do it. Press this button right here, and goodbye. And now I have 3 golds. Thanks.
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Oh, it only printed one.
Now, the good news is not to make that, make you worry that that's a super troll thing that happens all the time. If you're not, if you're in a group and you're not the group leader, it will zone you out, so you can't like immediately jack somebody's stuff like that. But there's some trickery. So just head on it, like we've all heard before. Head on the swivel. Stay frosty. Make sure you,
Always stay frosty.
yeah, always stay frosty.
All right, so I'm in conclusion here. I'm gonna give this game a solid 9.7 out of 10. Si?
I So because shooters are not my normal thing, and I'm totally engrossed in this, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10, because if you can take somebody that it's not their genre and make them want to play it over other stuff, yeah, you did something right. So 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and this game managed to pull me off Black Desert, which is my typical genre of complete sandbox open world, do whatever you want. So
Yeah,
that's
ditto for me.
you give it 10 out of 10 too, Chen, or
Yeah,
what's your ranking?
10 out of 10. The game's engaging. It has all the RPG elements I want. It has all the social elements I want. I know they're going to be adding potentially trading down the line, so that should make things nice. Hopefully, it's not just drinks and snacks. And yeah, I'm usually a fantasy RPG guy, and this thing really drew me out of it.
Yeah. The only reason I marked it down myself is
Because shooters are your thing, and you've shot them all, baby.
well, you know,
Gotta
I
shoot
knew.
'em all.
I kind of specialize in the shooting of things off. Anyway,
Wow. Wow. Boy, it's gone
um,
downhill quick.
it tends to do that towards the end of videos. Anyway, the only thing that marked me down for now, and I know this is being fixed very soon, is I want more. I want more. I want more room. I want Central Park as a dark zone area. That's
Well, they
what.
got their year
Oh,
one
it's
planned
coming.
out already, man. In
Oh,
April
I
is when
know.
they're rolling out the first big pack, so fingers
It's
crossed and
it's
high
coming.
hopes.
Yeah,
It's
and
coming.
I mean, I give them solid 10 out of 10 for in-game content. I feel a lot of people are going to be that are PvEers, pure PvEers, are going to feel a little let down with how fast it is to get to max level. But I think it's great that they did it that way because the way it's set up definitely pushes you into the dark zone, and I marked it down just a whole 3/10 of a point because I can definitely see how some people are going to complain about that and want more pure PVE content, and I think that's it's going to be fixed here very soon. Either way with the updates, and don't be scared. Go try the Dark Zone. I mean, if you die, you die. It's a game. It's fun though, and the Dark Zone is probably the most intense part of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
Even if there aren't any other players in there to add that
Yeah, that
third
heart
dimension,
thumping intensity.
the mobs that are in the dark zone, they are definitely tougher than well, it's a zone full of challenge level content. So
And I do think it is absolutely awesome that the different factions and mobs will fight themselves. So you can, if you're getting chased by a group of Rikers, you can just run through a group of cleaners and book it, and those guys will start fighting each other.
yeah,
You can turn around and be like, "Get them
yep,
later,"
good stuff.
run off, uh,
Hmm.
and you could like stumble on like two big bad named bosses that are half dead because they've been fighting each other for 5 minutes because they were left unchaperoned, and just be like, oh hi, headshot, headshot, I win. But
Oh, and
all right,
yeah.
so I'm gonna wrap it up there. Don't forget, leave any comments, any feedback, any things that you want me to cover in a video. This is gonna be the start. I've got literally like about 120 hours of footage to edit through in the upcoming episode, so it's already recorded. It's just got to be put together, which will be yeah. I just gotta get motivated for that. But leave a comment. Let me know if you want me to cover anything, crafting, some of the missions. I'm gonna be doing a full guide series on all of the missions because Sai is gonna be taking a break due to real life for a while, so gives me some alone time to figure out what to do with. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. Chant will still be around. I'm pretty sure, right, Chant? You ain't leaving me.
As a side note, Sai will be making a new series on following what Lucy does when left unsupervised by Sai. So, more to follow on that.
Dude, oh man, that could go very bad. Anyway, leave me comments. Like the video if you like us. Want to see more? We get a little stupid sometimes, but for the most part, we're at least halfway entertaining. Especially when we
Sometimes.
get to like that 2 days straight with no sleep. That's when it gets fun. Those are the ones you look forward to, people. That's gold. That's gold. So yeah, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see the new stuff. And yeah, like, commenting, subscribing. Those are all things. Do it. All right. This is Wolf Bruce. Cy.
See
Chant.
ya.
We're all checking out.
Peace.
See you guys next video.